All right, so as everybody knows or should know, everything we say and do here at High% Trading is for educational purposes only. Futures trading, Forex trading, any type of financial trading always involves the element of risk, and therefore you should only be trading with capital that is risk capital that you can afford to lose. Nothing we say or do here in these live presentations and any of the webinars, in any of the media materials, indicators, strategies, or anything else shown or provided should ever be construed as trading or investment advice, and as always, any and all trades that you do take are taken at your sole risk and discretion. Now, I did a short video that's probably posted now on YouTube. It'll be included in our Facebook and tweets today on Twitter, and also would be the subject of the newsletter going out a little later today. But it's showing the Russell today, trading today, exactly the way we set it up, using the dual octopuses here, trading the accelerator pedal for the first half hour and then trading the breaks after that. It was 100% accurate today, and I'm going to show that. And then we're going to get into the do's and don'ts of things that we should be doing here in the trial, okay? So if you recall, what we're looking at doing is just on a brief recap, 6:30 in the morning Pacific is the pit open for the Russell. That's 9:30 Eastern. So what we want to do is we're starting to look at, we want to trade a momentum-based trading methodology for the first half hour. Okay, that's the accelerator pedal. Now I have two of the octopus up here. The one octopus, I believe, is, if this is not it, that's not it. It's this one. Okay, we're running the Profit 2 template. Okay, the Profit 2 template, and the way you do that is when you first put an octopus on the chart, right, the octopus indicator, that's the 717S final, usually it's going to say default right here. You need to go load that to where all your templates are, and I'm going to talk about where those should be, because there was a little bit of confusion on some of you trying to import these into NinjaTrader or trying to put them into NinjaTrader. These templates do not go into NinjaTrader. They're outside. I have these on my desktop. But anyway, here it is. So you would just highlight it, click open, click apply, and you're good to go. All right. Once that happens, what we're looking at is you had your first trade entry here. You were able to get a nice scalp and a bit of a kind of a quasi runner if that's what you wanted. Then you came down and had a second entry here. This one paid off pretty nicely. You were able to get a nice runner out through here to the tune of about 300, maybe 350, closer to maybe 400 on a contract on a runner. Now notice there was also a couple more trade entries here. You'll hear me referring to this. You have to follow these rules. Okay, we're not here to chase every trade setup. We're here to get the first trade and or the second trade set up in the same direction, and that's it. You'll see that you can try to take a third. I don't generally do that. If I do, I put a very tight stop on it. So trade one, trade two. Okay, we're still in our half hour, and remember, we're going to get both blue and black arrows here, and the difference being, just for some of you who don't know, Octopus 1, this is a complete set of trade setups that it's taking, produces black arrows. Okay, we had some questions on this. Remember, there's two of these within each one. Octopus 2, there is none. Okay, so there is no blue and red on this. We're only using one, black arrows. The second one, okay, will also produce the black arrows and or the red and blue arrows, and I'll show that when we get to it. Okay, but right now I'm just running the first one for the first half hour. Okay, so we had two nice long trades here. Then in the time allowed, we had the black arrow entry here for a nice little linear run. We had a second entry here for a very nice run. Okay. And there was actually a third one if anybody wanted to take it. And like I said, you're starting to press the odds when you do that. All right. That one was able to get some profit. Now that takes us out to the end of the time. Okay. That takes us out here to 7 a.m. Okay. We're done trading the accelerator. Okay. We're done trading the accelerator. Now we're trading the second one. Okay, and the one that I used was the S2 Alt W2, and I added an A to this so that everybody knows what I did, because in discussing this with everyone, this won't allow any counter trend trades. All right, so it's basically the template, and I'll show what it is, but I took the last 5 off, so we're only trading in the direction of the major trend. The major trend is defined by the dynamic trend. Okay, so where do we have after that? What we had after that was a short trade entry here, and actually we were in the room this morning, and I indicated if you took the trade here and used a tight stop, re-enter this trade one more time once it reverses, which was here. That's very crucial to your trading. Okay, you have to get that second bite out of the apple. Some of you use a wider stop. Some of you will have a bigger stop up here. In that case, you don't have to worry about it. But this was the trade here. Okay. In addition to that, then, that was your trade. We came down into this plateau. I talked in the room today about how to protect this, and we did. If we continued on, notice we got a trend change then to the upside. We're still applying the slow break retrace. You got a nice trade entry here for a nice profit. You got a second trade entry here. Now notice these are the black arrows, right? These are the black arrows. So that's Octopus number 1, triggering those. Octopus 2 has the blue and red. So I don't know if we have any more blue and red. We'll see as we come to it. So you got 2 trades there. Now this one was a monster trade to the upside. This was a huge trade. As I pointed out in the video, if you were able to stay with the runner on this trade, that made 100 ticks to the upside. That's a $1,000 bill. Okay. We came back down, got another entry here. Now this was combination both black and blue. You can see it here, both working. Okay. Got another nice trade for another nice profit here. It's about $500 on a runner. Then as I was doing the video, we had our trade setups here again. I was actually doing the video live when we had our trade setups. That went on to make a nice scalp. The runner couldn't hold. And well, this was the last trade. I didn't get to cover this, but you'll see this one just occurred here about 4 minutes ago. Okay, last trade right here. So it's still holding its 100%. This one may go coast to coast. You're actually going to get one flipping to the downside here if we reverse right here. Well, let's watch it in action. All right, you got there it is. Okay. Now that's enough of the recap stuff, but again, I wanted to show you up till now, it was 100% accurate on your trades. And obviously you can't get much better than that. Most of the members today were done very early in their trading. All right, Mike asked, looks like you're using the Profit 2 template, but you don't have the Profit 2 installed on the chart. And that's correct, Mike, and let me point out, I'm glad you brought that. You don't have to have any of these indicators installed on the chart. You can open up a blank chart and run the Octopus templates in here. You don't have to have a single one installed here. It's reading it behind the scenes. That's another nice thing. Okay, so if I were to take all these indicators off the chart, you would still get the same trade setups. You don't have to have them on there. Obviously, we like having them on there, but you don't need to have them on there in order for this to run. Okay? Yep, that's the way it's built. Don't have to have a single one on here. All right, let's talk about some things now. I want to talk about the downloads, and I want to talk about where you should be putting these templates, because there's a little bit of confusion on that, and I want to just make sure everybody's on the same page. So I'm going to go over to the website here so everybody can see what I'm talking about. All right, over on the website, and of course the instructions that come with the download is you want to download the main pro package. You want to download the S17, S2 Final X, and the HPT6 Profit 2. Those are the three downloads that you're going to import into NinjaTrader. All three of these, once they're downloaded, that's what's imported into NinjaTrader. And in addition to that, let me scroll down, you're going to download one of the bars. Okay, you're going to download either the HPT bars X or the HPT bars C3X. This is the one that 95% of you will use. Okay, this one's identical except that it's got a different name when you put it into the Ninja, because some of you may have custom bars. If you have custom bars already and there's a conflict, in other words, you've got the same name, then these may not show up. So if anybody ever has a situation where they've downloaded these bars and they've restarted NinjaTrader and they can't find them, it's because you've got a conflict. Then you need to remove that and bring this one in. Martin said, are all these in the trial package? Yes, Martin. This is the first time that we've offered the complete full-blown trial. I wanted everybody to have this because this stuff is so good, okay, that in my opinion, and I've been trading now for 44 years, this is the best that there is out there for traders. And the nice thing about it is not everybody trades the same way. So you can tailor this to your own. I'm going to be showing all week those two templates without any more changes, just running them all week. Okay, now here's where it gets a little bit tricky, if tricky is the word. In addition to that, you're going to be downloading these files, okay? These are the template files for the Octopus, this one and this one, okay? And this is the chart template, this one, okay? None of these get imported into NinjaTrader. In fact, if you try to import them, you're going to get a message that either the file's corrupted or it can't be imported, because these are not designed to be imported. These are designed to do two things with. On the chart template, okay, you're going to copy that. That's called hpt.xml. You're going to copy that, and I'm going to show where to put that in your NinjaTrader. You're going to manually paste that into NinjaTrader. These are zip files. When you download these, you're going to uncompress the zip, copy them, and what I do is I create a separate folder on my desktop called Octopus Final Templates, and I paste them all in that folder, okay? So these do not go into NinjaTrader. Okay, Joseph said, how do I get the octopus on my chart? I'm gonna cover that. That's why we're here, absolutely, to do that, okay? So let's talk about this. Once, for example, you've downloaded the HPT chart template, okay, you're going to go to your documents folder. Come up, documents folder, where are you? Okay, you're going to go to the documents folder. You're going to click on NinjaTrader 7. you're going to find templates, and you're going to go to chart. Then you're going to paste that in. You're going to right click and it's going to say paste. I don't have anything to paste. What you're looking for then, right, it's going to say hpt.xml. hpt.xml. Some of you who may have copied it twice or 3 times, this might have a parentheses 1 or parentheses 2 here. You need to get rid of that. You can just backspace and get rid of it because it may not be read in NinjaTrader when you try to bring it up. Okay, so that's called hpt.xml. That's what you have. Now, what do you do with that? Let me talk about these other Octopus templates first. So when you download these, this is a compressed zip file. You need to open the file, okay? Copy all of them. You can do that in one big swoop. And because you got 2 files, you got to do, I think this one's got 19 templates. This might have 6. All right. And then what I do is I create on my desktop a folder. And in this case, that folder, if you notice, is called HPT6 Octopus 717 Final Templates. That's where it is. Okay. And all of these are copied in there. Okay. These do not get imported. They do not get put into NinjaTrader, but the Octopus can reference them. All right. So let me stop right here. See if everybody's on the same page. Is there anybody who's got a question so far on what we've covered? I know there's other questions here about, Matt, the password for HPT6 Profit 2 is the same for the main package. Okay, it's capital H, %, capital T, and then small letters Pro, P-R-O. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so what do we do next? So we're good? No questions? Everybody good? I just want to hang on a second because this was the little, I'm not going to call it the tricky part. The instructions are in there, but sometimes people miss them, okay, in their haste to get things up and running. Sometimes they miss those, or maybe they just don't understand it sometimes, but that's why we're here to clarify this question. Sure, go ahead, Mike. Is it a question on what we've covered here so far or something different? Well, I'll wait on that. Question, he said, so you said the profit 2 does not have to be on the chart. That's correct. No indicator has to be on the chart for the Octopus to work on any of the templates. Not one single indicator. But it does have to be installed, that's correct. If it's not in there, yeah, if you haven't imported it, then it won't work. Yeah, it's got to be there. It's got to be in your system. Yeah, but you got to bring it in. Okay? All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do. Let's just open up a chart from scratch. Okay, I'm going to go to the control panel. And I'm going to go to File, New, Chart. Okay, I don't know. Let me just open a YM chart here. All right, so I'm going to open a YM chart here, right? Notice your HPT bars are here. If they're not, you need to find them. They should say 131, 131. I use 10 days. Now for instrument settings, I click here once and then type in the letter D twice. That gives me default 24/7. I want to see all the bars. I want to see all the bars that there are here, even on Sundays and after hours. All right. And now where it says load the following chart template, we're going to load that template. We're going to find the HPT template. Here it is right here, HPT, and we're going to hit OK. And it's going to come up here in a minute. All right, it comes up. And so what is on the chart? All right, you should have basically, let's see what's on the chart. We have the HPT6 DT, that's this dynamic trend, right? This is the dynamic trend. This is the one with the mid-band and all the lines. If anybody doesn't understand what that is, please let me know. Okay, it has the HPT6 profit, that's this right here. Notice this isn't the profit 2, this is the profit. All right, it has the boxing indicator, which is this, and it has the wave indicator, which is this one that's coloring up here in real time. Joseph, are you saying when you bring that template up, you don't have these indicators? Are you bringing the template up? Is anybody else having that problem? I think what Joseph is saying is when you load this template, are you only getting one indicator on there? You see the indicators, but you only have the green writing in one of them. Okay, if you have a lot, do you have a lot of things up there? Okay. You may have done something on your settings in your chart. I've seen this before, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Sometimes people make changes on their chart where it blocks all that. If you continue to have that problem, you need to let me know, and I'll have to try to get with you, okay? What part of the country are you in? Are you overseas, or are you here in the U.S.? Anyway, well, in Boston, okay, all right. But anyway, these are what you should have on your chart, okay? So the next question is, how do you add the octopus? Okay, that's the next question. How do we add the octopus? We're going to right click on the chart. We're going to go to indicators. We're going to scroll down here and find the HPT6 717S final. Put new, hit OK. All right, the default's going to come up. Don't worry when you see my indicator list. I have tons of other indicators that you don't have because they're all like prototypes that we've worked through. All right, so what's come up here? What's come up here, you see there's a lot of trade signals and things back and forth, okay? And some of them are very good, actually. This was actually the original, very first one that came out. So if you look on there, it says default, right? It says default. That's the default one that comes up. If I want to add what I've been running after 7 a.m., I'll do load from file. This is where you click down here, load from file. It takes me to my folder where all my templates are. Now, when you first do this, you may have to tell it where to go. Okay, it doesn't know where to go. You may have to say, okay, it's on my local disk, it's in this, it's there, it's in my desktop, it's in this folder. You know, you just follow the path. Yeah, so Joseph, we need to see what's going on. Send me your machine ID. It could be a machine ID problem. You need to resend it. If you're not seeing that, that could be the problem. All right, so you need to resend that and we'll look at it. And then I'll continue to follow with you on email. All right, so what did we do? We were running this one, the S2 Alt W 2A. All right, so I just click on it. I click open and I click apply. And notice the name is in here. Remember, I just added an A to the 2 because I turned off, and you can do that if you want. I turned off in the Octopus 2, I turned off the last 5 to only go with the trend. So click apply. Then I right click and reload NinjaScript. I am recording this, Ricardo, so I will post this back up. All right, now I have put that on there, and I'm glad this has happened because you notice there aren't any arrows on here. Is that right? Nobody's seeing any arrows? Sometimes when you've been running NinjaTrader for a long time, okay, and on 4 markets in particular, YM is one of them, CL is one of them, NQ is one of them, and TF is one of them. When this happens, try to reload your chart to get your historical. We're not showing any historical right now. If that doesn't work, and I don't know why, it just has something to do with the ability to pull up the historical bars in NinjaTrader. When the day is over, if you disconnect from your live data feed and reload, they'll all be here, okay? But this will operate in real time forward. In real time, if we get another trade set up, it will operate forward in real time, okay? So I'm glad this happened because I want to point that out. If when you put the octopus on the chart and everything is ready to go, okay, notice this is ready to go, this is ready to go, right? We're not showing any historical. We're going to try one thing. We're going to try to reload. I'm going to try to reload it and see if that fixes it. Usually it doesn't. Creating a new chart a lot of times does. But this time it did. Okay, so I reloaded it and this time it did. It fixed the problem. Okay. This is what these webinars are all about, so that you can see for yourself on this. Okay, so you can see another nice trade set up here. I don't know if we had anything prior to that in the YM. The YM's a little different animal. Yeah, we had this great trade set up over here. Right here. This thing was a monster trade. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. Everybody good so far? What other questions? Let's continue to do other questions. Oh, okay. Joseph's, well, I'm glad you said that. So what Joseph was saying, he was putting these indicators on his chart and they weren't showing up. Okay, and now I'm glad you said that. Then what he said was he found the issue. He was running the Ninja 32-bit. He restarted the 64 and everything's in there. Okay, well, thank you for that, Joseph. That's going to help in the future. So running the 64-bit. I've pointed this out in the past. Let me point it out again. I'm going to go back to the website. If you go back to the website, there's a link here called the High% Trading YouTube channel. That's where the videos are. But one of those on a playlist, if you click on the playlist here, click this on, and I showed this before, come up, right? You get the Octopus templates videos, and I'll be adding a fifth one today that's going to go over the algo bands, the quarterback, and then that standard template that we first brought up. But right now, these templates go through all of the Octopus templates that you have and talk about how one is different from the other. It goes through each one. It talks about all the retrace trades. It talks about the first series trades, the profit 2 trades templates, and then the S2 templates, okay? And each one, I don't know, some of these videos could be 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long, but it goes through all of them. I strongly recommend that you look at that, okay? But that's the link over on the website. Michael said, could you repeat what Octopus template you loaded for trend-only trades? You mean the Accelerator, what I call, Michael? The one for the first half hour? Oh, no, Ricardo. You mean this webinar that's being recorded? It'll probably get either posted as something separate or link. If you go to YouTube videos, Hypercent Trading, YouTube videos, there's 170 videos up there. Way too many right now. We're going to be going through that and clearing them up. Mike said, is there a document that describes the templates like the first half hour, no retrace? No, Mike, you just need to follow what we're following here. The document would be so voluminous that you'd get tired of reading it. It's a lot easier the way I dealt with it in the videos. It talks about every one of these templates. But part of what we talk about here is ways to trade. So you said, Michael, you said you wanted to see what the second half hour template, is that right? Second half hour template after 7 Pacific. Yeah, that's this one. Okay, so go to load from file. All right. I'll show exactly what it is. It's this one, the 717 S2 Alt W2. Okay, so click open. Now I'm going to show you the minor change I made to this. Okay, it's in Octopus 2. A lot of you don't like trading counter trend trades. All right, so I moved down here because I don't, I want to go with what the majority likes to see here, and it's a more robust. So starting with indicator 51, I unchecked it. Uncheck it, uncheck it, uncheck it, and now you're only going to trade with the trend. Click apply. So again, what did I do? Octopus 2. I didn't touch Octopus 1. I went to Octopus 2 on this template. I went down starting with indicator 5 and turned them off. Anything that was checked after that, I turned off. Okay? Go back to here and just add a capital A to it, right? And then do save to file. Save to file. And you can go back and basically name this the same thing, but I just added an A. This is what I named it. I just used this name and then put an A after the 2 to make it this. And now you've created your very own new template again. Okay, it's that easy to create new templates. So now the difference is, if I were to do a video on this, and I'm not, the difference between this one is Octopus 2 will also take a deep counter trend trade. It'll take a counter trend trade based on a 12 range chart. Okay, this one will not. This one will only take the trade. I'm going to cancel this. This one will only take the trade in the direction of the dynamic trend. Okay, when the dynamic trend is up, in an uptrend, it's only going to take long trades. It will never take a short trade. When it's down, it will never take a long trade. It'll only take short trades. There's one exception, and that's when we transition from up to down and we're within 3 bars. Trying to find an example of that. It would be like here. We don't have a trade here. See how we transition from downtrend to uptrend? If everything was set up properly within 3 bars, you could get a trade, but pretty rare. Now, your question, I think, Mike, because there's 2 Mikes, which one is trend goes with the trend? Which one is momentum? This is a huge trade here, by the way. This is gigantic. Your question is which one goes with the momentum? Is that right? Which is the accelerator? What we call the accelerator, what we're showing? Which template is that? That's the profit 2. Okay, so if we do load from file, and I'll do it, the profit 2. Here's the profit 2. All right, I'll click open. I'll apply it. Okay, see where it says profit 2 now? So now you're going to see different trades, regardless of what the trend is. I'll go ahead and reload it, and we should get our trades on this too. Okay, show you the difference. Oh, no, I've been muted here. My fault. So what is the last you heard me say? What was the last you heard me say? I muted myself by mistake. Loading the, so I loaded the template and that was it, right? That's the last you heard? Okay. All right, so what I was saying is, what is this template good for? This is the Accelerator template. This is the template that works very well when you're expecting linear movement, okay? When is that? Again, in the case of crude oil, it's 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific. That's 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, okay? That's what I call the pit open, even though that's a misnomer because there is no crude oil pit that opens anymore, but the old-time traders still adhere to that. The institutions do. That's the time to run that. In the equities, from 6:30 Pacific, that's 9:30 a.m. Eastern, to 10 a.m. Eastern, that's 7 Pacific. That's a good time to run it. If you have a major report at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 7 Pacific, like we had on Monday, we had the ISM, then we extend that by 15 minutes. Okay. When is also a good time to run it? After any major report. So for example, we've got non-farm payroll coming up here on Friday. Okay. That's a huge report. That's 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So starting at 8:32 Eastern is a good time to run it. And in fact, you could pretty much run this for 2 hours. You could go from 8:30 to Eastern until 10:32 Eastern. And then you switch. You go put the brake on and trade it differently. Okay? If you see the videos, though, that I showed on those templates, it will go through each and every one of these templates in the series and show you all the differences on here. You may want one that's different than this. You may want your own, or you may have something that's a little different. And that's, again, the beauty, the utility of this. Everybody is not using the same thing. Okay, you can tweak, you can change the settings in here. You can change the sensitivity. What do I mean by that? And it talks about that in the videos, but for example, this is using the profit 2, right? But this is a stronger setting. You can make this setting even stronger. You could say I want to go 2 and -2, or I just want to have it when it goes blue, go long, when it goes red, go short. Then I would change this to 0.1 and -0.1. But the videos talk about all that. Okay, and that's why it's better to follow the videos than any type of documentation because, like I said, it would take forever to go through that documentation. Now, there's many other indicators in here that we're going to talk about from time to time. That's why, I mean, on the trial, you're going to be able to pick up quite a bit, but there's no way that you're going to get everything that's in here. We have 26 or 27 different indicators in here, about 8 different strategies. So there's no way we're ever going to get all that covered in a trial. As time goes on, I can ask more. We can answer more questions on this. One really good indicator here is the quarterback indicator. Okay, let me show it. Some of you may be familiar with it. Some of you may not. I may take out the entries I've got here, but that will be the trade-off. Let me find it. Okay, it's the one I'm going to show right here is one of the ones you've got. It's the HPT6QB. Okay, that's the quarterback. This is combined Gann and Elliott, so I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and we'll see it come up. And after I show this, I want to circle back and see what other questions we've got going here, okay? Because again, oh, good point, Joseph. That's what I wanted to cover. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to cover. All right, this is the quarterback, okay? The quarterback draws a football, and it's doing both Gann and Elliott wave analysis, okay? And part of what we talk about is when we're in an uptrend, if you get a down football in an uptrend, you want to look to enter on waves 5 or 7 if you can get it. Here is your wave 5 right here. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These number and work in real time, and that was your trade setup right here. Okay. Generally, when you get out to 11, that's going to be the end of an exhaustion for a while. Okay. It also gives you targets in between here. So notice we had a target wave 2, we had a target wave 4, we had a target wave 8, and then wave 9 and 11 to the upside. These targets, this is based on 180 days of data, looking at tens of thousands of wave swings, okay? So it gives you areas where you can expect it to turn when you come back in here, up to the 3, back down to the 4. We didn't get to the 5. Right? We came down to the 8, hit the 9, and then exhausted, okay? And this is where we're at in real time right now. We're coming down. This is a wave 1 target, heading down to a wave 1 target. All right, anyway, this is called the quarterback. But enough of that. We'll talk about that later. Question from Joseph. And I'll just touch on this, Joseph, because there's not going to be enough time. How do I activate the Autotrader on the Octopus? All right, so go to your Octopus. If you notice over in the common settings where it says use Octopus Trader, that's checked, right? If I were to open this up to show what my chart trader would be, here's your trader right here, okay? Now there's videos on this. You should go to the website and do the video because it goes into detail on what to do, okay? But just to brief, you need to select an ATM strategy first of all, okay? I'll just select one here. Otherwise, if you don't have one, you get this message down here, disabled, no ATM. It won't do anything. You need to do an ATM strategy that you build. All right. If you want to take a long trade, you go here. You could say, I don't want to get deep into this. This is either going to enter on a stop limit or buy on a market on an arrow, okay? And click entry. One entry or multiple entries. The difference is one entry means you're going to get in the trade. This is going to turn off and it won't allow another trade after that. If you have multiple entries on, it'll enter the trade. Once the trade is done, which means it hits your profit targets or stops or whatever, it'll look to take the next arrow again. Did you get your templates to work, Matt? Not yet. Okay. Did you put them where they were supposed to go? Like, did you create a separate folder? Well, one thing you need to understand too, remember what I said. See, by the way, see it's trailing. See the order that it's trailing here? It's trying to buy on a stop limit because we're getting a setup here. Okay? This is in sim, so. Oh, because we're running that advanced one. Okay? So it's just trailing it down right now in real time. One other thing you need to check on, and I'll show it in a minute, is a couple of settings. When did you put the trial on? Today or yesterday, Matt? Today. Okay, so and you're saying you can't get the templates to work? Are they loading? Okay, so I mean you can see here in real time it went ahead and entered the trade here. This is a two contract system trying to take a scalp here, trying to take another runner here. You can adjust all these if you want, but again, just to demonstrate. Okay, let's see then. Let's go back and see and make sure you're doing what you need to do properly. Just follow along with me. Okay, and everybody can do this if they want. I'm going to go back to the Russell. All right, I'm back to the Russell. So let's follow this. Go to your Octopus. I'm not going to do that one. I'll do this one. Go to your Octopus. What does your Octopus say? Right here under Instance ID, what does it say? Just follow along with me because this will help you, but it'll help some other people as well, probably. Oh, you closed NinjaTrader. Okay, so all right. Okay, so let's follow it up then. All right, so remember we talked about we opened a template on the chart, okay? We got those 4 indicators up there, and then we added the Octopus 717 final, okay? Once that comes in though, remember this said standard right here, it said standard. So if you wanted to load a template, if you wanted to load the one that we use in the first hour or first half hour that we've been showing, you're going to go load from file. You're going to go down here and it was the profit 2, right? Profit 2, click on it. You click open and apply. Now you see where it says profit 2. And then if I were to reload NinjaScript, it would put it up there, okay? If I want to use the other one that I mentioned, I'm going to do load from file, the one that we just showed. It's this one, the Alt WS2, open, apply. And now that's what you have, okay? If you're not able to get to that part, then there's something else wrong, all right? Let's go see what our YM was doing over here. Okay, YM still hanging in, not moving as much. One other thing you need to be aware of, everybody, when you go to start running this, if you go to File, make sure your AT interface is selected. Okay, AT interface. And just to be on the safe side at the beginning, I'll also click on global simulation mode. That way it'll prevent it from coming up live on a live account. Okay, but AT interface has to be selected, global simulation mode selected. These were things that were covered in those 5 videos that are on the website. And that's why it's important that everybody watch those. Okay, that's what I'm referring to back here on the website. I'll show it again. The website videos. These videos right here under the members, these are important videos. Okay, I think the trial should be the same. Let me just make sure. No, I guess they're only under users downloads. Okay, or free trial download. I'm sorry. This is not where you want to be working from though on a trial. I just want to check these videos again. Okay, well here's an important one. The short video below shows how to import and download files. That's an important one. Okay, that's an important one. How to import and download the files. That's an important video. You should watch that. And then I think the rest of these are the same. So we'll move some of these over here. I can see where a couple of these should also be moved over. All right, but this is an important video. 1, 2, and 3 you've got over there in the members. Octopus Trader training video, that's a good one. That tells you how to trade the Octopus. Joseph, that was your question. And here's the mini trader. So shoot on over to there and watch those. I guarantee you, if you watch all these videos, your knowledge on this is going to increase by about 1,000%. Okay? All right. Just keep in mind again, tomorrow, again, we have our Wednesday morning, 9:20 Eastern. Thursday morning, 9:20 Eastern. Friday morning, 9:20 Eastern. Thursday again at 1:30, we've got another one of these workshops. And then on Saturday as well. I think I mentioned on Thursday we're going to have a contest. I'll get something out. It'll be a skill, it's a contest where you have to guess a number. Whoever gets that number closest without going over will get an entire month free. Yeah, I think, Matt, what you're really saying is what we need to do is, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a series where we start basic and then move to advanced, move to intermediate, then go to advanced. That's the best way to do it. Now, Martin, I don't know about that, about the speed. You don't need a high-speed PC, but you got to have, some capability there. I mean, obviously, the faster your computer, the better. When is the contest? It'll be Thursday, Joseph. Is the YM trade working out? I don't know. I didn't see. Is it working? The one we were demonstrating? Yeah. Here it is. Remember, somebody has to see it. Now, a way you can manage this trade is, right, I realize this is in sim. We're coming up to the profit target. We didn't get it yet. I can drag this stop up now and drop it right here if I want. Okay, so now I'm boxed in here. I'm either going to get filled up here. In fact, I may want to let this run up higher, so I'm just going to move it up higher. Okay, can let it run up here. If we get taken out, then we're out. But that's how it works in real time. And that was the Octopus right there in real time. Thanks to you, Joseph. We went ahead and put that on and showed that. But go to those videos over there. Start with the videos over in the trial download section. I know you're not downloading from there, but start with those and it'll clear up a lot of stuff for you, okay? Just, anyway, you get the idea of what's going to happen here. All right, it's still going. So we did move up. Now we just keep the stop here. Joseph said, for that reason, I get a free one. Good try, Joseph. That's a good one. I like it. That's a good one. All right, are there any final questions today? By the way, was there anybody who could not get into the webinar this morning? There were some problems with some people on their links. I saw that from about 5 or 6 people. Is there anybody who could not get in there this morning? Matt, I think you were one of them, right? Joseph, yeah. I don't know. I called to go to meeting people to find out. They couldn't give me a solid answer, but it was a really good day in there today. Obviously, that doesn't do you any good, but the rest of the links I checked are all fine. Yeah, so there were some of you today, and I apologize for that. I don't know what happened, but anyway, we're good from now on. Okay? But again, review those videos. I'm going to go show them again one more time. Okay, these are important. I know, Matt, you're probably videoed out. But again, if you go to the trial download section, all right, in the trial download section, start with the first one. The short video below shows how to import and download the files. Go through that one. Okay, then it'll give you an overview for the Octopus. This will give you some new features. All right, now these are pretty detailed. Training video 1, 2, and 3, we're really getting into the nuts and bolts of this, so you could skip these 3 at the beginning, but definitely watch the Octopus Trader training video. That's an important one. And then the Mini Trader training video. Those are important ones. And then if you've got time, you can circle back to here. And then these 3 over here. Okay, but again, in order of importance, importing and downloading, the intro, some features. You can skip 1 and 2 and 3 for right now. Definitely watch the Trader and the Mini Trader. Okay, and then you can follow up. But those will give you a real good grounding. Yeah, Bev said when you switched from Internet Explorer to Chrome, then it worked, right? So I think that was an issue with some people. For some reason, their browsers were screwing it up. Yeah. Yeah, Aaron said he finally got into. Yeah, it said the webinar was over when in fact it wasn't. All right, that's going to do it. I want to thank everybody for coming. We'll get this posted up on YouTube. What you should do is go to, if you haven't subscribed over there on YouTube, go to High% Trading YouTube videos, High% Trading YouTube videos, and just subscribe to it, which just means every time there's a video posted over there, you're going to get a notice. Okay. Also, follow us on Twitter if you want. right? Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and you'll see every time things are posted, you'll get that as well. Okay? All right. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. We'll see everybody tomorrow bright and early. And again, remember, this Friday is going to be non-farm payroll. That's a big roller coaster type day. A lot of money's made on that day. Okay, everyone. Bye now. Bye-bye.